Hi, today we're going to make some N-scale oak trees made out of 16 gauge stranded wire. There's about 3 strands of it 6 inches long that I just wrap around a bamboo skewer to support it and make it easier for planting. You got to leave a little space at the bottom to plant it, and space on the bottom of the wires for the roots. Otherwise you just wrap it around. Later you can go back and break the bamboo skewer to give it an irregular shape, but right now you just wrap it around, and then when you get a good trunk you separate out some branches, about 6-7 strands for a thicker branch, and twist it around, and 2 or 3 strands for a smaller offshooting branch and twist those around. And it's a lot of twisting. Twist, twist, twist. The roots you do pretty much the same way. You twist them and spread them and twist them. You don't have to get the perfect shape right away. The wire is very, very flexible, and you can always go back later and adjust the shape. So once you get the twisting done, you can go and trim the wires to get the overall shape that you want. Oaks spread out a bit wider than most trees, so a 3 or 4 inch tall oak tree will probably be about 4 to 6 inches wide. Then you can adjust the wires. The bark is a mixture of fine sifted sawdust and white glue with a slight bit of water and a drop of soap in there to help it seep into the wires. The sawdust makes it pretty thick, so you'll probably you start at the top and it's going to slide down. You'll probably have to do 2 coats anyway. So just slop it on. Don't worry about the blobs on the branches. Those can come off later. Let it dry, and then you can apply a second coat using the same mixture that you use at the beginning with, because it doesn't dry that fast. So when it does dry, it comes out to be this tannish color with a lot of great detail that later I spray paint grimy black and then highlight it with a mist of concrete to bring out some details. I use Eileen's clear gel tacky glue and brush that on, or apply that to the branches, and then I take teased out polyfill and affix those to the branches. You don't need a whole lot of polyfill, just a little bit, because you got to remember polyfill sucks up everything around it, including your time. So just tease it out. You can always trim some back later too, but let that dry. Hit the polyfill with some grimy black, and then you hit it with hairspray. I start at the bottom, and then use coarse foam, not the fine stuff. The coarse has a much better texture for the massive leaves, so shake it out do the underneath first. When you get a lot, you just tap it, and that gets rid of the excess foam. Hit it with some spray paint, hairspray some more, and continue on and do the top. Once you get the coarse foam done, you can save that for later. Then you hit it with hairspray again, and you take some fine ground foam. I got weed and green grass, and just using your fingers, just let a little bit fall here and there just on the top, and that'll give highlights like sunshine or just younger leaves, and it's a nice variation. When you're ready to plant, when that's all dry and you're ready to plant, you put the tacky glue underneath and put it in the foam. I use my fingers to push down the roots so that they touch the ground. And then using a dirt that's slightly darker than the base dirt from the layout, I sprinkle a little of this fine sifted, a little bit darker dirt around the roots. And I use a brush to kind of work it into the ground and around the roots, letting the static grass kind of poke through and making sure that the dirt is off the roots, because we want to see that detail. You mist the area with 70% isopropyl alcohol, and then take about white glue 50/50 diluted with water and a touch of soap, and go ahead and soak the area underneath, and that will both set the dirt and reinforce the planting of the oak, making it a mighty oak. And then it's just a question of letting it dry. So this oak is a little lonely here on the top of the hill, but probably got about 5 or 6 more around it, and we'll have a Northern California, Sonoma County hillside scene. So I hope this, there it is in relation to the rest of the module, FreeMoN module. So I hope this helps out and get those wires twisting. Thanks for watching.